It's like a really blustery, windy, just not very nice day. And unfortunately, it's supposed to stop raining any minute now, but by the time I get off of work, it's supposed to be sunny. Not good for video. I don't know what I'm gonna do for today's video. Now, one thing that I've thought about a lot since I started using the M50, and everyone knows how much I love this camera. I'm not saying anything against this camera, but I've thought about what would I actually want in an upgrade like an M50 Mark II. What are the things that I would like to see in it? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I understand that there's no perfect camera, and so I'm not going to talk about what would be the perfect camera, because that would include I don't know, 8K 120 without a crop and an M50 size with 12-stop IBIS, but that's not happening. So I'm going to talk about what would actually help me in my content creation in doing videos for this YouTube channel. The first one is weather sealing. I mean, I would like to not have to be nervous when I'm doing this. But having a camera that doesn't have dust sealing, I'm a little bit nervous in that, and probably somebody will be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" And that's something I would like to not have to worry about so much. And the M50 does not have that. So Canon M50 Mark II, weather sealing. That's something I'm asking for. I know I probably won't get it. Another thing I'd like to see is a bigger battery. The M50 battery life isn't horrible. I mean, okay, compared to a lot of cameras, it's horrible, but I mean, it's only about as bad as the old Sony, but maybe a little bit better than some of them since it doesn't have stuff like IBIS. But I would like to be able to shoot for an entire day on one battery, and I would like to not have to carry 6 batteries with me everywhere I go. That would be kind of nice, but that's not as high on the list, but it would be nice. Now, side note, if you're doing miters for Crown, this stuff is best thing ever. See that? See that? That's a feeling that only cabinet and trim guys can appreciate. Another thing that I would like, and probably all the Sony people who watch the channel are like, 6400, and that's 120 frames per second at 1080p. And I would prefer that with autofocus, because as you know, even the 720p 120 on the M50 doesn't have autofocus. And I think that's a real big bummer. And the reason I want 120p and not just 60p, why I don't think 60p is good enough, is because 60p gives a different look than 120p. And you cannot get a super slow motion feel with the sort of slow motion feel of 60 frames per second. So M50 Mark II, please give us 1080p 120. Okay, I'm gonna move the battery up a notch. And another thing that I would like, and I had trouble in my last video because I didn't have it, is a headphone jack. Having a headphone jack would be so nice on this camera, and I don't know why they didn't put it, except that probably most people wouldn't use it, and of course, it's why don't you just get a GH5 or a G9 or any of these other cameras that have headphone jacks that are now not much more expensive than the M50. Well, I like a lot of the features of the M50, but a headphone jack would be really, really nice, not just for setting up my audio levels, but also for listening back to see if the audio recorded correctly, because the little tiny speakers on this aren't good enough for that. And the last thing I would want, and this is above and beyond all of the other ones, this would be the #1 thing that I wish I had in the M50, is higher dynamic range, because It's just not good. I would like to have the dynamic range that I could actually use in direct sunlight, because right now with the M50 it's a lot harder to use with mixed brightnesses, and I really wish this camera had better dynamic range than it does. Now, for all the people who are just here for the content on the M50 or camera gear or my thoughts on camera gear, thank you for watching this video. Please give me a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And for my subscribers who will watch this to the end anyway, how can Walmart not carry flowers? I was trying to buy a bouquet of flowers. Sorry, Lauren. I tried. Lauren and I are going on our first date without a child in 10 months. Hello.
Hi. I lose my breath whenever I see you. You stole my heart, what is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors.
What does your wife do on your first date without a child in 10 months?
Set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold you, just wanna be with you till we grow old. Please tell me you'll stay or take me away. I want you for myself every single day. You set my world on fire. You set my world on fire.
And why were we doing that on a date? Well, Lauren needed to get a couple more pregnancy shots.